Chicken Scallopini Piccata, a tender cut of meat finished in a zippy, bright pan sauce with lemons, wine, capers. You can make this dish with any tender protein, so like think pork, beef, veal, chicken, and even certain types of fish. I did some digging and wasn't able to find the exact origin of this dish. Is it Italian-American? Is it Italian? But regardless of the origin, this dish slaps. Slap, slap. This dish is super tea because there are very few ingredients involved and the technique is super straightforward. In fact, you might have everything already on deck in your kitchen right now to make this dish. Some of you probably definitely do. Probably definitely. Anyways, what do you say we do the dang thing? For our protein, we're going to use chicken breasticles. Why? Because chicken breasts are affordable, popular, and not boring in this application. Breast in the tendy. Remove the tender from the breasts because they cook at different rates. You can just like save or freeze these for later. Now grab a sharp, long knife and slice the chicken breast in half horizontally so that you end up with 2 thin cutlets. Some people take it a step further and pound out the cutlets after this step to make them flatter, but there's really no need to do this. Your breast should look a little something like this. Now we need to dust the cutlets in flour for a few reasons. Dusting the breasts in flour helps crisp them up, creates a fond, and will help thicken our unborn pan sauce. Dusting and rubbing the breasts in the flour wastes less flour than if you were to dip them in a whole tray of flour and then just like toss it out. Come on, save the earth, people. So here, just season up, dust, and dangle off the excess flour. And these are our lightly dusted chicky breasts. We're going to shallow fry our cutlets in olive oil and a bit of butter. Usually I prefer grapeseed oil, but in this case the olive oil and the butter will help give our sauce flavor. On medium-high heat, melt the butter into the olive oil and wait until it's lightly smoking, then drop in the breasts. Remember to lay food in a hot pan away from your body to avoid any oil boo-boos. The cook time here really depends on the heat of your cooktop, the thickness of your cutlets, and a few other factors. Cook the chicken until crisp and cooked through. A starting place would be to cook the cutlets for like 2 to 3 minutes on each side. We are looking for a good sear and crusty brown bits to form on the bottom of the pan. Your chicken should be golden, brownish, orangish. And yeah, you heard me right, we want brown bits to stick to the bottom of the pan because we're going to use wine to deglaze it off the bottom. Think of this as sort of like harvesting more flavor for the dish. Put the finished chicky aside and back the heat down to medium, then add in sliced garlic and cook for a minute until golden. Now add a glug of dry white wine, scraping the brown fond off the bottom of the pan. If the garlic cooks too fast and looks like it could burn, add in the wine early to stop the cooking. Pop in the capers and continue mixing. You can tell the viscosity of your sauce by running your spatula or spoon down the pan to check the speed in which the liquid falls back in. And it looks like our wine is mostly cooked off, so now for the chicken stock. And a bit of lemon juice. The Italian word piccata roughly describes the word sharp in English, so this sauce should be bright, punchy, and acidic. We'll balance it later with some butter. Bring everything back up to a low boil and cook for like 2 to 3 minutes longer or until your sauce looks something like mine here. Now cut the heat and drop in the butter. Quickly stir the butter into the sauce to help it emulsify. Adding butter to the sauce adds richness and also helps diffuse a bit of its tangy bite. Don't forget to taste your work and adjust whatever you think needs fixin'. Now introduce the cooked chicken cutlets to their new saucy home. Drape some sauce over the top to doll them up for the camera. And garnish with some lemon wheels and fresh parsley. And this is our finished chicken scallopini piccata. A couple quick air guns for the boys back home. I like to serve mine over pasta, specifically my favorite noodle pasta, bucatini. It's sort of like spaghetti with attitude. Salt your boiling water and drop the pasta. You can lay pasta in boiling water, or you can twist and drop. Twist, drop. Now move the pasta around and cook it using the directions on the box. Grab yourself a mug and reserve a bit of that liquid gold, aka pasta water. This starchy water is perfect for finishing our pasta later on. When a noodle hangs off your hand with a moderate amount of stiffness, you are ready to take it off the heat. The Italian phrase al dente means to the tooth, so we want our pasta to still have a little bit of chew. Drain off the noodles and place however many servings you'd like to eat back into the pasta pot. Then place the heat on medium. To the pasta pot, add a touch more olive oil and a bit of butter, then stir it all around until the butter is gone. Pour in some of that reserved pasta water and continue stirring until your pasta is cooked through, about 1 to 2 minutes. Now is the time to add in whatever extra herbs, chilies, seasoning, chocolate chips, or whatever the hell else you'd like. No judgment, this is your pasta. And that is some sauced up and ready to go pasta, mi amigos. Alright, so we have our finished protein, sauce, and pasta, so we're ready to serve. No need to get fancy here, you could whip out the meat fork if you want, but I like to serve my noodles by laying them down and topping them with the chicken. And maybe just a little lemon wedge for athletics. Then more herbs, sauce, and a little Parmigiano Reggiano. And there she blows, what I'm calling chicken Scallopini Piccata. Time to go in. I found that the Italian word scallopini translates to scallop, which according to the interwebs refers to a tender scallop of veal that has been pounded out into a thin cutlet. But, you know, chicken is chill too. Big chicken Scallopini Piccata guy. It was one of the first composed dishes that I learned how to make and still one of my faves. I hope this video gets you stoked to scallopini. I want to do more videos like this that focus on really simple and impactful food in terms of like ease to, flavor ratio. If you have any recipe requests or ideas, please comment them below. I would love some inspo from all y'all. Alright, thank you for watching and I shall see you soon. Next week to be exact. Ta-ta, friend.